It was a dark and moonless night. A deep silence covered the land except for the sound of the wind swaying the tall trees. On the side of a hill, shadows were moving. They were not human, nor were they creatures that had risen from the earth. They had come from the sky, from a place far away, a place known only to God. In that era, when people still had faith in God, in the early generations of mankind, the story of something strange and mysterious began to unfold in the small world of humans. It all began on that dark night, when angels descended from the heavens to the earth. It is said that they were the sons of God, angels who once lived in the presence of God and served him. But something changed in these angels. In the endless nights, their gaze fell upon the women of the earth. Women whose beauty and charm captivated their hearts. They could not resist. According to the Bible, the sons of God decided to descend to the earth and take the daughters of men as wives. They not only used their heavenly powers, but these deep relationships brought about catastrophic consequences. From these unions, beings were born who were neither human nor angel. These beings, called the Nephilim, were giants of immense stature and limitless power. They were giants that nothing could stand against. The people were terrified of them because the Nephilim not only had extraordinary physical strength, but they also learned and taught arts that God had forbidden. They taught humanity secrets that they should not have had access to, the art of sorcery, the science of metals, and many other forbidden arts that ultimately led to even greater corruption. Everything changed. The earth, which once had been a place of peace and order, turned into a place where humans delved into wicked ways. The Nephilim and humans, in the dark world they had created, continued in their corruption. Corruption and injustice spread to every corner of the earth. Nothing could stop these beings, but everything was under the watchful gaze of God. God was greatly displeased with the corruption and deviation of both the humans and the fallen angels. He decided to cleanse the world. He knew that the only way to purify the earth from this corruption was through a great flood that would destroy everything. As days and nights passed, God decided to choose a righteous man, Noah, and instructed him to build a great ark. An ark that would be the only place of salvation for humanity and all living creatures. Noah, following God's command, built the massive ark. During this time, the earth was sinking deeper into corruption. The Nephilim still held power, and wickedness was rampant everywhere. During those dark, endless nights while Noah worked on building the ark, the Nephilim continued to deceive humanity. But Noah, as God's prophet, warned that a great flood was coming. The people, however, remained indifferent to his words because they could not believe that such a great disaster would come upon them soon. The Nephilim, those giants, used their powers to terrify the people. They walked among the people, trying to instill fear and terror into the hearts of mankind. But Noah, inspired by God, continued building the ark with faith and determination. He knew that salvation only lay with God. As time passed, the ark was completed. Noah and his family entered the ark and the doors were sealed. Then the rain began to fall. A mighty flood surged and the earth was submerged. Everything was consumed by darkness, except for Noah's ark, which floated amidst the storm, carrying those whom God had chosen. In the meantime, the Nephilim no longer existed. They either drowned in the flood or perished. God cleansed the earth, giving humanity a chance to return to him. The earth was reborn, but this time, only those who followed God's path remained. After the flood, Noah and his family stepped out of the ark and began to rebuild the earth. But the story of the Nephilim remained, as a reminder of the errors and rebellions that mankind must learn from. This was the story of the Nephilim, the giants who came from the heavens to earth, leading humanity astray from God's path and into corruption. But in the end, everything that stands against God will be destroyed. Though the Nephilim remained a mystery, their lesson is one that is repeated throughout the history of mankind. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to make a video on another topic, be sure to write it in the comments. And of course, to support me, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my future videos. That's all for today, so until the next video, goodbye.